first of all, thank you again for doing this. And I want to say happy belated birthday.
Thank you so much.
You always make me smile when I see you doing really anything, really. You build a lot of people's spirits. But another creative thing that's coming out of this quarantine is CATV. And there's the set, this fantastically beautiful set that you built.
Let me get one of my reporters is, one of the things that they've worked into their, union negotiation contracts, the cats, is daily naps. They're really big on it. And I don't want to have a walk, I don't want them to walk off set when there's so much stuff going on. And I do see Matilda, who does International Muse right over here, but she is in the middle of one of her naps. But I do think that I can get her. I'll probably be hearing from her agent later today, but can I step off to get her?
Yes, please, of course. And again,
Okay.
I don't want to break any union rules.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I know, it's hard.
Oh, wow. And they're in the middle of a nap?
Yeah, Matilda's she's having a little bit of and now she's a little upset because that's not her preferred preference to be held. She prefers something more like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is not the news, but the Muse.
The Muse.
And how many cats do you have?
I have four.
Four cats.
Yep.
And they all decided to put on this program?
Yeah, they really, it started with a little bit of in-house jealousy because my eldest is a weather cat and didn't get a chance to go to meteorology school. So weather cat is not a meteorologist, but they've been doing a series on my Insta stories for years. And, but the other cats started getting really jealous about that. And so they wanted to do their own. And then they started threatening to start their own Instagram. And I was like, you cannot run your own Instagram. I can barely keep up with mine. I don't have time to oversee your Instagram. So I told them that we could do something like this. And it's working so far.
Jonathan, I wanted to ask you about, since you're a famous hairstylist, people are kind of freaking out, not knowing how to cut their own hair. Can you give me any advice, or what is the advice for people that want to cut their hair?
I think the most important advice is to not. It's just to not do it. Just don't do it. The average human head grows between 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch of hair a month. So worst case scenario, this is gonna get you 2 inches, 3 inches of hair. It's try a new look. Maybe you need a shag. Maybe you need a new little bit of length. Yeah, save your haircuts, because what you don't want to do is mess up your hair so bad that you're still growing that thing out after the quarantine.
Okay, this is good. I love that. I'm glad I asked.
You got that face, honey. That face is, you're going to be fine with a little bit longer of hair, as most people will be.
I have a lot of face.
You have great face. You have just the right amount of face, and know that.
Very nice. Yeah, that's very nice of you to say that. I want to talk about that book that I can see on top of CATV. This is Peanut Goes for the Gold.
Yes.
This is your first children's book.
It is, and it's
Can you push it to the camera so I can see how cute the Peanut is? Come on.
You really can ask anyone, if you were to track down anyone from my 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th grade classes, they would all tell you that the first thing I talked about was guinea pigs. So I had Peanut first. Then I had Weenie and Millie. Then Weenie and Millie were the proud parents of Sugar, Emma, Nut, and Teddy.
Oh my. Now, are those characters also in the book or not yet?
No, this is really just Peanut's moment to shine. Because Peanut really wanted to become a rhythmic gymnast, as so many guinea pigs do.
Sure.
But Peanut didn't have any other rhythmic gymnast guinea pigs to look to, and so they created space for themselves as a rhythmic gymnast.
This is fantastic. I love the whole idea of this thing, and it's out now, right?
Yeah, it came out today, and we're so excited about it. And yeah, I just feel like growing up, I loved children's books. Don't get me wrong, the classics were amazing. I loved that whole, The Night Before Christmas, and I loved all the Green Eggs and Ham and all of that stuff. but I think I would have been very comforted as a child to have known that there was like a fierce non-binary guinea pig who was going to seize a medal at the junior national championships, you know, or at least would have the opportunity to go to the junior national gymnastics championships. And so I knew that I needed to like create that space, like very much like what Peanut did.
I love that you did that. We're asking everyone to come who comes on our show, and again, thank you for coming on, to mention a charity that they're working with or that's close to them. What charity did you choose?
The Ali Fournet Center. Ali Fournet, it was an amazing person who is from Manhattan and was killed in Manhattan in 1997. In 2002, the Ali Fournet Center was started, and it's a really important center in Manhattan. It has several centers that provides shelter, health screenings, health access to homeless LGBTQ youth. They're currently still open through the COVID crisis because, they're an essential service. LGBTQ youth who are homeless have such a higher risk of contracting COVID, and they're just creating an essential safe place for kids that really need our help and protection. So any way that you can donate to them is so important. And also we're working with No Kid Hungry with Peanut Goes for the Gold, which is also helping to provide kids with meals that like rely on school for meals. So everyone needs so much help right now. So yeah. Anywhere that you can help is great. And also I just think, obviously, like if you have, you know, money to give, that's amazing. But I also think this is a really important time to kind of slow down and think about how we can make sure that we are giving back to ourselves, giving back to each other, because there is just so much uncertainty in the world. And yeah.
Well, you cheered me up and you cheered millions of people up. So thank you so much for coming on our show and for highlighting that charity and for giving us Peanut Goes for the Gold.
Thank you so much for having me. And Matilda says bye. And she also says, say no to fake news.
Thank you, Matilda. You are fantastic and keep up the great work.
Thank you so much.
I love Mew.
I love you, Mew.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.